Hey there, our dear friends! Many people who are keen on finding artifacts of the World War II find equipment, weapons, and the remains of dead soldiers. In this video, we'll show you the recovery of several aircraft downed during the World War II, found nowadays by the search parties. Well, let's get straight to it. P-2 bomber. In 1942, fierce battles between the Nazis and the Red Army took place near the city of Rzew. A huge number of dead soldiers and broken equipment were left forgotten in forests and swamps. In the Rzhevsky region, the searchers managed to find the wreckage of the P-2 aircraft. This one was operating along the front edge of the German defenses and was shot down by the enemy fighters. The pilots fought until the last bullet. This was established when a large-caliber machine gun was found. There was not a single cartridge in it. Some details of the plane were melted. It was probably still burning in the air. The searchers were able to find serial numbers on the aircraft parts. This will help to recognize the names of the entire crew: the pilot, navigator, and radio operator. Il-2 ground attack aircraft. In Belarus, on the banks of the Dnieper River, searchers have found the crash site of a Soviet combat aircraft. The wreckage of the Il-2 attack aircraft, which was shot down presumably in 1943, was removed from the ground with specialized military technical equipment. The crash site of the plane was found according to the memoirs of Pavel Savitsky, who was a teenager during the war. Over 100 fragments were raised. The most valuable find was a fragment of the engine block with the factory serial number 419-1666. This aircraft attacked enemy ground targets. No bombs were found at the crash site, but several rockets were found, which the pilot didn't have time to release before he was shot down. Parts of the aircraft were found at a depth of 6 meters. This means that the attack aircraft crashed into the ground almost vertically. According to preliminary data, this Il-2 was lost on December 14, 1943. 2 planes didn't return to the airfield that day. The searchers expect to restore the history of the downed plane after the response from the Central Archive of the Ministry of Defense of Russia and the search for relatives of the pilots. P-2 bomber. This year, in May, another World War II aircraft was found by the Kurgan search party. Local residents pointed out the crash site. It was shot down on August 25, 1942. It was a serious battle with heavy losses on both sides. 9 P-2 bombers and 6 Yak-1 fighters flew towards Kastorne station, captured by the Germans. 8 Soviet bombers and 2 fighters didn't return from the air battle. The story of the plane's death was told by a local resident. He learned it from his mother. The women were working in a field and saw a pilot jump out of a falling plane. The women told the pilot that the Nazis were shooting Jews and communists, and the pilot confessed he was a communist. After a while, when the German soldiers took him prisoner, one of the women began to ask for a parachute material to distract a German soldier, and the second woman managed to take the pilot's documents and hide them. After the war, the surviving pilot sent a letter to this woman, where he thanked her for saving his life. 2 other pilots were killed while still in the air. Their remains were found at the crash site. According to the engine number, it was possible to identify all the crew members.